In this video, I'm going to demonstrate you Chapter 1, Exercise 1.2, starting from page number 14. It is going to show you how to open and close files that are already existing, and also how to pin and unpin these documents for an easy access. So let me just close this document. This is leftover from exercise 1. So let me go ahead and close it by clicking on File and click on Close. And I don't want to save it because I added this part. So go ahead and click on Don't Save. For you, you should save it. Alright, so this is a blank Word application. So let me see. Okay, so instruction 1 on page number 14 says that open email resume.docx. So how do you open it? Go to File and click on Open, and then click on Computer, because my data files are sitting on my flash drive that is considered as a part of the computer, compared to SkyDrive and OneDrive and so on. So click on Computer, and if you see Chapter 1 in the recent folders, go ahead and click on it. And if you don't, that's okay. You can click on Browse, and on the left bar, left pane, just scroll down. So click on the this scroll bar, click on it anywhere on this scroll bar, click on it, scroll down or up, and locate your flash drive, and then locate your folder. So here I click once, and then I come here on the right side, I click once on the folder containing the data files, and it's depends on the mode. One click can select, or one click can open. So for example, let's say I was here, let's say I click on just my drive, single click will actually open it. Then to open this folder, I need to double click, because single click would not do it. So click on it, it would not do it. It just selects it, and I need to double click on it. So a rule of thumb is that when you want to open anything, just click once and see what happens, and then if nothing happens, meaning that it doesn't open, then double click on it, instead of just starting with double clicking. Okay, so because sometimes one single click can open something, so if you double click, then you may open twice, so that could cause some problems. So start with single click and see if that does. Otherwise, follow it by double clicking. So I'm going to double click on my data files, chapter 1, and then I'm going to open email resumes.docx. There it is, email resumes.docx. By the way, on your computer you may not see docx file extension. I just set it up this way, so my computer, so that I can see the data file extension. But on your computer, the file extension part may not show, and that's okay. So click on it. You can double click on it, or you can click once to select it and go ahead and click on Open. By the way, this is a preview of the document. So click on Open, and you will be open with the view or the read mode, and it may look a little bit weird, or you may not be familiar with this view. That's okay. One of the reasons why it is showing this way is that this file is read-only file, meaning that you cannot save you cannot save anything anything edited. Okay. So anyway, to go back to kind of normal view, you press this escape key on your keyboard, which is what happened? I hear this. The escape key is right here on your keyboard. Alright, so I'm going to press my escape key, and then I'm back to kind of normal view. And then I'm going to go ahead and close it. So we just open it and close. And go to File, and click on Close. So now, again, empty Word application. The next one, we're going to open computers.docx. So go to File again, same thing, open, and then Computer. And then the reason folders will be showing here. So I know that computers.docx is in the chapter 1 folder, and I think it's safe to click on this one, the recent folder, and then click on computers.docx, and I can just double click on it or click once and click on open. And again, I am shown with kind of a read view. Press escape key to go to the editing mode, and then close it again. Go to File, Close. So you may wonder what's going on. So you just open couple of files and then just close it. Okay, so the reason is that the textbook wants to learn about pinning. So what is it? So go to File, Open, and you'll notice that you have a either short or lengthy list of recent documents. So depend on whether you are working on your home computer or the college computer. So you may have a few or just really long like this. Okay, so it could be so in general, it's the most recent document that you open will be at the top of the list, and then older one will be at the bottom. But sometimes you may have one or a few documents that you work more or less periodically or continuously on and off. So let's say some files you work on it every day, or some files you work on every week or every month. So it depends on the how often you work on. They may be at the top. Whoopsie. Let me just go ahead and close it. I didn't mean to open it. File, open. So they may stay at the top, or they may stay at the bottom of the list. So wouldn't that be nice if you have everything at the top, because you know that you'll be working on those files or documents periodically for a length of time. Okay, so how do you do it? So it's called pinning. So for example, if you want to pin this document, computers.docx, so just hover over, meaning that you just move your mouse pointer over it, and it looks like it is selected, but you don't click on it. If you click on it, it'll open the document. That's not what I want. I'm going to close it. Back to File, Open. So instead of clicking on it, I just hover over, and then I notice that there's a little icon that looks like a paper pen. So move the pointer over on top of the pin, and it says pin this item to the list. So go ahead and click on it, and now you notice that the pin icon is vertical. So it is, the pin is pushed, and you'll notice that that file is separated by this line. So no matter what happens to all these files, this file will be at the top always. Okay, let's pin the other file, email resumes. So hover over, meaning that just move your pointer over it without clicking, and then move your pointer to the far right where you see this pin kind of lying down. So let's click on it, then it stays up. So I can open other files and so on. They may start right here, but these two will stay up at the top always. So you can click on it, you can close it, and then go back to File, Open. And you may wonder, how do I unpin it then? So let's say you have worked on computers document for a long time or whatever, then you don't want this to be pinned anymore. So you want this to go back where they belong in terms of how recent the document was opened. So you can unpin it. How? Same way, the way you pinned it. So hover over, go over to the pin. So go ahead and click on it, and then it comes down, comes out of the pinned area. So now it's like a general recent document, not the pinned document. And I'm going to unpin this too. Click on it, and it comes down here. So right now there's no pinned document, and that's okay. So let me pin again email resumes. So go over here, and you see that that's pinned, separated by this line. And let me go ahead and click on the back button here. So here's again, no document open. I'm going to go ahead and open email resumes.docx. File, open, and email resumes.docx by clicking on it. And now it's open. Press the escape key, which is right here. And let's see, I'm looking at step number step number 5 of exercise 1.2a on page number 14. And so that's done. Okay. Okay, let's skip to step number 6 on page number 15. Page number 15, step number 6. I just opened it and put the insertion point right at the top. So the insertion point is blinking right now. Blink, blink, blink. So if it's not, let's say somewhere over here, you can just move the pointer. This right now, this is I-beam. So move your pointer somewhere near the top, click on it, then the insertion point is at the top. And step number 7 says type the text shown on figure 1.7. So figure 1.7 is right below the exercises. So it's a little text box with the kind of yellowish background. It starts with emailing resources as alternate to mailing your resume and so on. So let me just go ahead and put that in. Right here. So type this emailing resumes and type the paragraph. That's from the figure 1.7, exercise 1.2a. All right. Now, they want you to unpin this. So go to File and Open. And right now it is pinned. So hover over and then move your pointer right above the pin, click on it so it's unpinned, and then click on the back button over here, back to editing mode. And this time we're gonna save. Okay, so that's the end of exercise 1.2a, and we will move on to 1.2b. All right, so that's page number 16. All right, so with email resumes.docx open, save the document as a new, with a new file name. All right, so how do you do this? So currently, the file name is email resumes.docx, and it's also read only, meaning that we cannot save this back to the file. So if I click on this button, save button, it will not save it. It says we can't save this file because it's read only, meaning that you can read but you cannot save it. Okay, so click on OK and cancel it. So how do you go around this issue? Well, if you cannot save back to this file, this in essence the file name, if you save back to the original file name, then, well, perhaps if you give it a different name, then you may be okay. So let's try it. So let's go to File, and remember, I want you to use Save As option, even though you could use Save, but Save As is better because it always gives this option to change the file name, and also it shows where you are saving it, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So go to File, Save As, and if it's not already selected, go ahead and click on Computer, and if you have a recent folder, Chapter 01, click on it. Otherwise, click on Browse and go to your drive, BUS 128, Data Files, Chapter 1, and here, okay. Now this is, I want you to be a little bit more alert. So this is what the textbook may tells you to save, but here's a little instruction. Remember, these files, okay? These files are data files, and all the assignment files, I want you to save it inside of assignment chapter 1 folder. Later on, you'll be zipping this folder to submit to Canvas. So let's make sure that you go inside of assignments. Oopsie. Okay, now I made a mistake. I clicked on it accidentally and then waited a second and then click again. Now I am in an editing mode. So to get out of this editing mode, what do? Well, you can click somewhere else or press the Enter key, either way. Anyway, so let's double click Assignments Chapter 1 folder. Look at this, Data Files, Chapter 1, Assignments Chapter 1. I already have the web resume saved, and now come down here, delete that file name, and let's see. They want you to name it as uppercase C 01. See, that's autocomplete here suggestion. You can use that, it's no big deal, but I'm gonna just go ahead and keep typing. So under dash, so C01 dash E02, that's Chapter 1, Exercise 2, dash email resumes. Notice that there is no space between the L and letter R. Technically, it's no problem if you had a blank space there, but that's what the name is given in the textbook, so I want to be as truthful and close to the instruction, so make sure that there's no blank space. You can put a blank space in the file name, that's not a problem, but I'm just going to be faithful to the instruction. Now go ahead and click on save. Oh, by the way, before you click on save, I want you to build a habit of using your finger or the mouse. So hover over it, so read it to yourself, this location where you are saving it. My computer, this computer, my drive, Word folder, data files, chapter 1, assignments chapter 1. Am I in the right place? Well, I hear it myself and I said yes, that's the right place, and go ahead and click on save. I do recommend this strongly because I have made a few mistakes sometimes because I ended up saving files that I worked on for a long time. I poured my heart and soul into it, and then I ended up saving it in the wrong place and losing it. And that's not fun. And I have done it too many times, so I learned my lesson. Especially when you work long hours, really hard, your eyes get blurry, your minds get numb, so you may end up saving in the wrong place, so that's not good. So to minimize that kind of error, I strongly recommend you, when you save file, save as, make sure that you read it aloud, the location, to yourself, so that way you can kind of wake up and make sure that you save it in the right place. Okay, and then go back here. Alright, so that's it for 1.2b, exercise 1.2b. So we'll move on to exercise 1.3 in the next video.